Hey everybody, I just drove 5.5 hours, like I was telling you guys in my last video, all the way down to Grand Lake. I am here right now sitting in the parking lot of the Shirley Monkey Island launch, waiting for the pro Randy Blaukat to get here. As I told you guys in the last video, he's been an FLW pro for about the last 20 years. He's had many different top 10s. He's won an Open, and I know he's had a ton of finishes in the top, as well as has over $750,000 made in FLW. So it is crazy that I'm actually getting to be able to go out today. He's a guide out on Grand Lake. He normally guides out on Table Rock, Grand, and I believe the Ozarks. He lives in Missouri, I think Joplin, Missouri, so he's in the area about 45 minutes from here, so it's pretty nice. But like I said, I made the drive down. I'm super stoked. I'm gonna go out there today. It is horrible conditions. It is like 20-mile-an-hour winds gusting across the lake, and we got like 35-degree weather today. It was supposed to be 50s, but obviously that changed. There's no sun today, super cloudy. So you never know. Today could actually be a good biting fish. The fish could be biting like crazy today. I do not know, but I'm really here not necessarily to catch fish, but to get an idea of how I want to fish in a month from now when I come back down here for the FLW, or MLF now considered as a switch, national championship, college national championship. So I'm super excited. I'm stoked to get out there today, and I hope I can catch some fish and learn something. So I'm gonna try to keep you guys in tune as I'm going throughout the day and turn on the GoPro as I can, but I'm really here to learn and just focus on why I'm here. So if you guys are ready for the video, we'll see what happens, and we'll see if I catch any fish today. So stay tuned, and here we go. How's it going, Randy? Good. Oh yeah. Nice to meet you, Parker.
Hey, Randy, nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, it's...
How long you been here?
I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning. I drove 6 hours to get here.
Oh, man.
So I came from the bottom of Illinois, so about around St. Louis.
Wow.
First time I've been to Grand, yeah. I qualified for national championship, which is here March 3rd to the 5th.
Yeah.
So,
That's coming up.
yeah, in a month. And our cutoff date is the 15th.
Yeah.
So I said, my dad got a hold of you, and I was like, well.
Yeah, we'll definitely show you. It's going to change.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
Between them, but I can show you definitely places where you need to be looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's.
I mean, I've done a lot of research, but I've never been out in the lake. So knowing you being able to have the knowledge, I would assume that.
Well, my parents, they had a trailer here for 30 years over on the by Sailboat Bridge.
Oh, okay.
So, and I grew up in Joplin, so
yeah.
We come down every weekend for 30 years. So
okay.
Spent thousands of days
on the lake. Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Awesome.
That's the time of year that produces the best quality fish.
Yeah. Especially right that perfect timing.
A little bit early. I mean, it's depending on the weather, but normally mid part of March is when you get a lot of the bigger fish.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways you can catch them.
Yeah.
You guys can use your
we can use them in FLW, so yeah, we can.
Yeah,
You want me to just put them here or up?
Just wherever.
Okay, I'll set it down. You want me to dump you in, or you got it? Yeah, I can do that. Is the front unstrapped?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I have one at home too, and I forgot to bring it to school.
Oh, that's all right. We got, like I said, I got
So
one too. Yeah.
I was gonna bring it too, and I thought about it, but and I was like, oh crap. Yeah, I'm just put these.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So how many guys will be in this tournament you're fishing down here?
I believe probably around 150, 200. If I remember, last year I fished nationals on the Harris chain, and there was 150.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
And everybody left. Jason Christie left. Takahiro Mori left. Bernie Schultz. You know, a bunch of guys.
And you went to Skeeter.
Yeah.
Skeeter's a good boat though.
I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's the fastest boat I've ever had before. It's got a lot of storage in it.
Yeah.
It's got a good ride. Pretty happy with it. Yeah, I just can't believe after being with them for so long, they just
Screw everyone over.
everyone. I think what they did, they wound up catching keeping a handful of guys, sort of like Bass Pro with Nitro. They just got to get one guy.
Yeah. So when you got, well, obviously you got into it way earlier when fishing like wasn't, I mean it was popular, but it wasn't as popular as it is now.
Yeah.
Like how did you gain the exposure, I guess, to like big time sponsors?
For me, the big break is as I was fishing the Redman back then is now BFL.
BFL, yeah.
It used to be called Redman, but I made the All-American in 1984, and after I made the All-American, I got Ranger's sponsor.
Okay.
I had what's called a demo bill boat. A demo boat, which they basically let you have the boat to use for a year without paying for it.
Yeah.
And then
You have to sell it.
Money back.
Yeah.
So that was my first sponsor, and then in 1985 I started fishing Bassmaster Invitationals. That's all they had back then was bass. There wasn't anything else.
Yeah.
6 tournaments, $600 a piece entry.
Oh wow.
And that was the pro circuit. I mean, there wasn't anything else. They took
yeah.
the top 35 of the classic out of those 6 tournaments.
Yeah.
So the 85, 86, I saved up. It took me 2 years to save up enough money to fish them because of $600 entry fee. So I saved up enough to get the entry fees and everything.
Yeah.
And that first year, you know, I made the Bassmasters Classic my first year, which, you know, it got Ranger started paying my entry fees to all the tournaments after that.
Yeah.
I got a couple of bait sponsorships, and that's how I got started. I just got real fortunate making the Classic.
Yeah.
But it's not the same now because now everything, like, you know, your generation.
It's based around.
It's total focus on the social media.
Yeah.
I mean, the performance that you have in tournaments is secondary to your social media.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, as far as from the value you can bring to a company,
that's where it's at.
You take take a truck and boat wrap.
Yeah.
I don't care if you won the Bassmasters Classic, you're not going to get a company as much exposure as if you drive that boat.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So every tournament you fish, everybody sees it. When you drive down the highway, everyone sees it. When it sits in the parking lot.
The biggest key to give a company is like the AAA. You know, they say on a cross country trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a solid number that you can give a company, and you multiply that by the times.
Yeah.
So you can say, you know, I put this wrap in front of this how many hundreds of thousands or millions of people.
That could be your marketing talk to them. Yeah.
And then it becomes like the cheapest form of advertising that a company can get. And on top of that, it's what's called a retainable impression, because if you see a boat truck wrap or something, people take a second look and that stays with them a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you see a billboard, people are so conditioned to that they don't
give a crap. Yeah. No, I have a YouTube channel, and both I'm trying to be pretty popular on like Instagram and Facebook too.
Cool.
But
How
yeah,
long have you had your YouTube channel?
I've had it for a couple years. I haven't put like as much effort into it as I should. But my roommate, when I actually went to Iowa State for 2 years, Iowa State University. And I transferred schools, and my roommate and his brother have been on YouTube since like 2014, 2013. My roommate has 320,000 subs. His brother has over 1.5 million. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I know it's a grind, but if you can do it, like your YouTube is taking off now. But the more you continue doing it over the years, because it took years for them to get there.
Yeah.
And you know.
They just do fishing videos?
No, they actually play a video game.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that.
It's called Farm Simulator.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Same deal.
So he tried getting me to do fishing videos, which I have and I do still, but I should have continued doing them. I kind of stopped for a little bit, but I'm getting back into it now. So
yeah, you're at that age where you got that demographic where you can get a ton of subs off of it.
yeah. But I'll have to show you when you leave. I followed you on Instagram the other day. I was looking for you before and I couldn't find you, and I found you.
Yeah, that's definitely the big area you need to focus on right now, along with learning the fishing skills honed up.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to try to make a living doing this? I mean, fishing?
Yeah. That is my dream, but obviously before that, I'm actually starting my own business. I did it the last couple of summers. I have a pressure washing business, but I'm officially getting licensed in an LLC for this summer to do that, and then I plan to take the money I make from that and invest it in real estate properties to sort of get like a passive income going. So then therefore I can, if I have the ability to actually do it or not, just continue trying to fish.
Yeah, so you have a couple different incomes.
Yeah. As well as trying to do the social media aspect.
Yeah.
But obviously that's a long shot.
Well, like I said, you gotta have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's changed just so much from the way it is, because now it's like it's so much harder to stand out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
there's so many.
I'm in the middle of it, and I don't even pay any attention to MLF, so I don't know how those guys are doing.
Yeah.
Half of them is like I don't even know if they're fishing anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's just a lot harder to stand out.
I'm really not a big fan of the MLF style. I prefer the 5 fish. They had a college event, MLF, and it was really on the Mississippi, and it was really weird. It's just, the pressure was weird, and I didn't enjoy catching little fish all day.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really, the thing that soured me on it is I don't like the way they picked the guys, because they basically, when they came up with the original MLF field, there was no qualification at all. There was no explanation about how they picked the guys. They just sort of handpicked
By
their
like,
buddies who they wanted to be out.
kind of like popularity wise.
Popularity-wise, as much as it was just, it's like hand-picked.
Yeah, exactly.
That little circle
Yeah.
of like Boyd Duckett and Gary Klein's buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a prime example, okay, they invited, like, and don't get me wrong, Alton Jones Jr. is a good fisherman, but he just started out. He didn't really have any notoriety, and he gets an invite, yet they didn't invite, like, Scott Martin, Rick Klein,
Yeah.
I mean, just stuff like that.
Scott Martin's fishing the elites this year.
Yeah, he made it.
Barely.
Mm-hmm.
But he made it.
Yeah,
He's probably got one of the biggest YouTube channels, I would say,
he does.
in the fishing industry. Yeah. Have you ever talked with him? No? Okay.
I don't know him.
I grew up with a lot of the guys from the Guggen squad who started doing the YouTube. They were like the first guys on YouTube to start doing it. But they don't really, I mean, they never really wanted to pursue fishing. It was more or less just for fun.
Right.
And everything they do is...
Yeah, they've been really successful.
Yes, they have. I'm not a huge fan of Guggen baits, but...
I've never seen them. I mean, I've heard of them, but I've never used them.
Yeah.
A lot of fish in here. Look at all these fish and bait fish.
Yeah, I was watching it as I was back here.
There's probably a lot of white bass and catfish.
So this is your setup throughout the year? You don't have, you just use one graph back here, one graph up front? I got you.
This is sort of the way I look at it. You know, I finished 13th for the Angler of the Year bass. And I had to fish on easily to have made the elite. I mean, probably would have won the points if I'd landed everything that bit me.
Yeah.
And I used nothing but 2D all year. I didn't use side imaging, down imaging, no 5 scope, so you can do it.
Yeah.
You can compete with this. But, you know, it's not to say you shouldn't have the other.
But it doesn't, you don't need it to be successful.
No, just look at John Cox. I mean,
yeah. He fishes shallow. He doesn't even use a graph.
He doesn't, yeah, he uses the GPS most of the time just to mark a waypoint where he got a bite at.
Yeah. Like he said, I don't know which place it was. If it was St. Clair or one of the smallmouth fisheries this year. He said this is the first time he ever caught like them good. He was leading the tournament because he doesn't catch any fish out deep really, and he was catching them. So I thought that was funny.
Man, he's talented, man. He's one of those guys who just got it. You know?
Yeah. But so besides fishing, you do guiding, and do you do anything else?
Just, well, you know, I've got Ridgeford's my title sponsor.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of work for them, but the main deal is working with Johnny and fishing alone.
Okay, yeah.
I make all those lake map breakdowns.
Yeah.
That's a full-time job. I mean, that literally takes me
a lot.
as much time as I want to put in it.
Yeah.
It takes about 4 to 5 hours to make one map.
Yeah.
And then we've got hundreds of them to make, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I do most of the time is working.
So are those just like people send in a lake that they want broken down or something, and you break it down for them?
Well, we got the deal called personal lake breakdowns where we do, you know, specific requests. And then we got ones that we just put out just general public to buy.
I got you.
And then we're doing 4 videos a month for fishing month. But Johnny's doing 3 of them, but I'm doing 1 of them.
Yeah.
Put that up there. And we've got the live podcast every Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working for him full time pretty much more than anything.
I got you. And then you're fishing the series.
Yeah.
Toyota and the Opens.
Yeah, the Opens.
Which ones are you fishing in? The
Bassmaster Opens and the Toyota series.
But like, is it northern, southern?
No, central.
Or central? Okay.
Yeah.
Which lakes are those on?
They're Pickwick, Smith Lake, and Grant.
Oh, okay. That'll be nice, Grant.
But I fished FLW for the last 15 or 20 years. And they just went downhill so much every year. And then they came out when MLF bought them out, and it was, again, it was $5,300 entry fee. There was no sponsor benefit to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the risk of trying to come up with almost $8,000 every tournament.
For one tournament, yeah.
And if you get the 11th through 75th, you win 10,000. So you basically win 2,000 if you make a check.
Yeah.
And if you go 2 or 3 tournaments and don't make a check, you're so hard to hold. You got to win a tournament just to get back to even again.
Exactly.
So from a business standpoint,
it's horrible.
Terrible business.
Cast so damn well because of their weight transfer in it. They're real tight shimmer too. Very similar to the just any like flat side crankbait. So kind of similar to actually like a shad wrap, but obviously a little bit bigger profile. The cool part is though, is my dad actually does wraps.
Oh yeah.
So if I ever wanted to wrap, I wouldn't really have to pay anyone to do it. I could just have my dad do it.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot. That'd even be a big benefit. The company wouldn't have to spend.
Yeah. I should go to my dad's company and say, put your logo on the side, and yeah. Yeah.
And you got to have a little bit of a thick skin because you're going to get turned down.
Oh yeah.
But you're going to eventually hit on that, company that's really
yeah. There's only one way to do it, and if you don't try, the worst they're going to say is no.
Right.
And then you just go to the next one.